Welcome to K-Zone. Today, we will share about USA versus Iran military power comparison. Who would win? A comprehensive analysis. Let's start. A hypothetical military conflict between the United States of America and the Islamic Republic of Iran is a complex and controversial topic. It is important to emphasize that this comparison is a purely theoretical exercise, and any actual military confrontation would have far-reaching consequences that extend beyond the scope of this analysis. In this article, we will examine the military capabilities of both nations and attempt to assess how they stack up against each other in various aspects. It is crucial to remember that warfare is influenced by a multitude of factors, including political, economic, and diplomatic considerations, which are not covered here. The United States of America. The United States boasts the most powerful military in the world, with a vast and technologically advanced arsenal. Its military capabilities are divided into 6 branches: the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, Coast Guard, and Space Force. The U.S. military expenditure is by far the largest globally, and it maintains a substantial overseas military presence through a network of bases and alliances. Budget and expenditure. The U.S. military budget for 2023 was approximately $778 billion, surpassing the combined military spending of the next 10 largest military budgets. This financial advantage allows the U.S. to develop and maintain state-of-the-art equipment and technology, fund extensive research and development, and recruit and train a highly skilled and professional military force. Personnel and manpower. The United States military employs over 1.3 million active duty personnel, with an additional 811,000 in the reserve forces. Its volunteer-based recruitment system is highly selective, ensuring a well-trained and professional force. Moreover, the U.S. military has extensive experience in operating jointly across various branches, enhancing its overall effectiveness. Nuclear weapons. The first country to develop and to military use nuclear warheads in the world. Everything started from the Manhattan Project, a research that had one particular goal in focus: to develop and produce the first nuclear weapon. Americans were the first to wield such powerful weapon. Everything started in 1941, which is date of the beginning of Manhattan Project. Since the end of the Second World War, United States became the leading country when it comes to possessing nuclear warheads, and it lost approximately to 1980s. We should also bear in mind that United States are also the only nation that had ever used nuclear weapon in military conflict. Technology and equipment. The U.S. military is equipped with some of the most advanced and cutting-edge technology in the world. This includes a vast array of aircraft, naval vessels, armored vehicles, precision-guided munitions, and sophisticated communication and surveillance systems. The U.S. also possesses a robust nuclear deterrent, with a range of nuclear capabilities. Global power projection. The U.S. maintains a network of military bases and alliances around the world, which enables rapid deployment and power projection. This global presence allows the U.S. to respond to conflicts and threats quickly, reinforcing its status as a superpower. Iran. Iran, on the other hand, is a regional power in the Middle East with its own set of unique strengths and challenges. Budget and expenditure. Iran's military budget is significantly smaller than that of the United States. In 2023, Iran allocated approximately $10 billion for defense spending. This limited budget constrains Iran's ability to maintain a technologically advanced military and develop cutting-edge weaponry. Personnel and manpower. Iran has a substantial number of military personnel, with approximately 520,000 active-duty personnel and another 350,000 in reserve forces. The Iranian military relies heavily on conscription, which means that not all personnel may possess the same level of training or experience as their U.S. counterparts. Nuclear weapons. In 1960, the amount of warheads stored by Americans exceeded 30,000. However, it is worth to note that throughout the entire period of the so-called Cold War, USA managed to build approximately 70,000 nuclear warheads, what is more than all other countries with access to nuclear weapons combined. From the first test that happened in 1945 to this day, the USA conducted 1054 tests of atomic bombs. Still, as a result of introduced restrictions on the amount of warheads one state can possess, the current number has dropped to 6,500 warheads. Noteworthy is also the fact that out of this number, United States deployed only 1,600. Asymmetric warfare. Iran has developed a doctrine that focuses on asymmetric warfare. This includes the use of irregular and unconventional tactics, such as proxy forces, asymmetric threats, and strategies to counter a technologically superior adversary. Iran has also invested in ballistic missile capabilities and a significant naval presence in the Persian Gulf, which could pose challenges to U.S. naval operations in the region. Regional influence. Iran's military influence extends across the Middle East, where it supports various proxy groups and has played a role in conflicts in Iraq, Syria, Yemen, and Lebanon. This regional influence can be a source of both strength and vulnerability in the event of a broader conflict. Assessing the hypothetical conflict. It's important to understand that military strength alone does not determine the outcome of a conflict. Geopolitical factors, diplomacy, alliances, and the willingness of nations to engage in warfare also play significant roles. In a hypothetical US versus Iran conflict, several factors would come into play. Technological superiority. The United States holds a substantial technological advantage over Iran. Its advanced weaponry and capabilities would likely give it an edge in traditional military engagements. Regional dynamics. Iran's influence in the Middle East could allow it to disrupt U.S. interests in the region through asymmetric warfare and proxy forces. The complex geopolitical landscape in the Middle East would also impact the conflict's outcome. International reactions. The international community, including regional powers and major world players, would closely monitor and potentially intervene in a U.S.-Iran conflict. Diplomatic efforts and potential sanctions could have significant implications. Economic and logistical considerations. The U.S.'s economic strength and logistical capabilities would allow it to sustain a prolonged conflict better than Iran. Iran's limited budget and economic challenges could become a significant factor over time. Human cost. Any conflict would result in a substantial human cost in terms of casualties and displacement, and public opinion would likely influence the continuation and resolution of the conflict. A hypothetical military conflict between the United States and Iran would be a complex and multifaceted scenario. While the United States possesses overwhelming military capabilities, Iran's regional influence, asymmetric warfare doctrine, and the complexities of the Middle East could complicate the outcome. Ultimately, the resolution of such a conflict would depend on numerous factors, including diplomatic efforts, international reactions, and the willingness of both parties to engage in warfare. It is essential to prioritize peaceful solutions and diplomatic means to avoid such a situation and its catastrophic consequences. Thanks for watching. Don't forget like, share and subscribe.